Chakshurunmilitam yena tasmai Shri Gurave Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Gadaya Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Bhaktaya Deyam Shri Guru Varam Shri Guru Rajana Sasikam Charanam Dhanayam Shri Guru Charanam Mande Rupalu Bhakti Shri Krishna Leela Hare Saraksham Maudharya Madhuri Krishna Param Varenyam Krisham Tam Nagayanam Tam Shri Saranam Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Vishwasa Shri Gaur Bhaktivedanta Jai Rup Sanatan Bhaktivedanta Shri Jiva Gopal Bhaktavasana Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram First of all, I offer my Shastanga Dharma, Pranams and Lotus Feet of spiritual masters. Nitlai Shiva Bhaktivedanta Shri Narayan Goswami Maharaj Shri Gurudev. Nitlai Shiva Bhaktivedanta Shri Ram Goswami Maharaj Shri Gurudev. The entire Paramahansa Gurudev, the Bhaktis, and all the Vaishnavas and Vaishnavas present. So continuing to read from Sri Raya Ramananda Samvad. So last time, we stopped at Gyan Shunya Bhakti, wherein Gurudev has spoken about Uddhav. So we say that Uddhav, who is he, what is his position? In Brihad Bhagavatamrita, it has been said by Srila Sanatana Goswami. Whenever Gurudev would go preaching, he would like speaking on the subject of Brihad Bhagavatamrita. Because Brihad Bhagavatamrita is the Mool Goswami Grantha. Is the root of all Goswami books. It is the very essence of the Srimad Bhagavatam. Because Parikshit Maharaj, after he heard the Bhagavatam for 7 days, then his mother, Uttara Devi, she requested him, saying, Parikshit, can you kindly explain the essence of the Bhagavatam to me? Because I am a woman, I cannot catch so much philosophy, I cannot catch so much Tattva-Siddhanta. So kindly speak the essence to me. Uttara Devi, she said. So then Parikshit, he spoke the entire essence of the Bhagavatam to Uttara Devi. And that is called the Brihad Bhagavatam. And then, after Parikshit had spoken it to his mother, Uttara, then Jaimini Rishi had spoken that to Parikshit's son, Janmajaya. So this is the second history of the Brihad Bhagavatam. And then the Brihad Bhagavatamrita was revealed by Sanatana Goswami. So here you see this book has not been written, it has been manifested. In regard to the spiritual world and the different realms of the spiritual world, in that case even spiritual literature, we never speak of it being written. It is called the revealed scriptures. They reveal themselves and they unreveal themselves. They hide themselves. So this is Sanatana Goswami, when he manifested the scripture, therein he has discussed the different gradations of devotees. This was like one of Gurudev's favorite topics. Like even yesterday I was listening to one class where Gurudev was speaking in Noida. Noida is a place near Delhi. So there in Gurudev he had like many of his sannyasis, like brahmacharis speak. So therein he had every sannyasi speak on one particular generation of devotees. Beginning from who? Beginning from the Jnani Bhakta, Premi Bhakta, and then the Prematur Bhakta, Premapar Bhakta, Prematur Bhakta. So we see who is the Jnani Bhakta. So Sanatana Goswami, when he begins from Prahlad. He says Prahlad is the Jnani Bhakta. Jnani Bhakta means what? What is the vision of an Uttam Mahabhavat? Uttam Mahabhavat, who has this Jnana? Sarva Bhuteshu Yapashe. Bhagavad Bhutani Atmana. He sees his Ishtadev in all living entities. And he sees all the living entities in his Ishtadev. Means, he sees Krishna in the hearts of all the living entities, and he sees all the living entities inside of Krishna. So Prahlad, he sees no need of even having to serve Nrsimha, because he is Parameshwar Parabrahma. Where is the need to serve him? So this is called the Jnani Bhakta. So then, if you see the Brihad Bhagavatamrita, Sanatana Goswami has not described about Dhruva Maharaj. Because Dhruva, sometimes he is placed in the category of Sakam Bhakta. Sakam Bhakta means like someone who has a semblance of material desires. So Dhruva, he wanted to rule over a kingdom for many, many thousands of years. So therefore, his devotion, we cannot say it was impure because he was very high class devotion. But still, we cannot say it was pure devotion. We cannot say that also. So somewhere it is in the middle. Because you see, in Vaikuntha, there are two kinds of happiness. Swasukh Aishwarya and Prem Sukh Aishwarya. So Swasukh Aishwarya and Vaikuntha means the happiness one feels in seeing Bhagavan. This is called Swasukh Aishwarya. Means when you look at Bhagavan, then you feel, oh, I am so happy. And what is Prem Sukha Aishwarya? Prem Sukha Aishwarya means, how am I making Bhagavan happy rather than I myself becoming happy? This is called Prem Sukha Aishwarya. Like we say, like sometimes, once Bhaktivedanta Maharaj and his friend, they went to Katwa. That they had darshan of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In Katwa, there is a beautiful deity of Mahaprabhu which had been established by Narhari Sarkar. Very beautiful deity there, Mahaprabhu took sannyas. So after they had darshan of that deity of Mahaprabhu, they came to Mayapur and they met with Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Srila Prabhupada. So Srila Prabhupada asked them, where had you been, both of you? So they said, we went to see Mahaprabhu in Katwa. So then Prabhupada said, he asked them, did you go to see Mahaprabhu or did you go to be seen by Mahaprabhu? There's a difference here. He asked, did you go to see Mahaprabhu or did you go to be seen by him? Why do we offer Dandot Pranams like this, keeping Thakurji to our left? What is the reason? Because when we are offering Dandot Pranam while keeping Thakurji to the left, we want Thakurji to see us rather than we seeing Thakurji. No. Because when we are offering pranams like this, can you see Thakurji? You cannot see. You are seeing in front. How can you see like this? Thakurji can see you. That is the mood of the devotee. That I wish to be seen, not that I wish to see. So Prabhupada, he told Madhav Maharaj, this should be the mood. Thakurji should see you. Once Prabhupada was standing for Arati, Bhaktisiddhanta, and then he was standing right behind when Arati was going on. And there were many people standing in front. And some brahmacharis, they started separating the devotees. Hey, move out of the way. Prabhupada is standing behind. And he cannot see. And Prabhupada called these brahmacharis. And he said, what are you doing? Don't do this. You think I want to see Thakurji? I don't want to see him. I want to be seen by him. So this is Prem Sukha Aishwarya. The happiness that one feels when Bhagavan looks at him. And Swasukha Aishwarya means the happiness one feels by seeing Bhagavan. So here it is important to note that this is also not impure. Don't think that this is very low class form of devotion. This is also very high class. Because once one goes to Vaikuntha, there is no anarthas there. There is no such thing. But still there is some slight gandha there, some slight desire for one's own happiness. It is very subtle. Like once, Gurudev, he showed one book which had been published by Gita Press. You must have heard of Gita Press. Gita Press is a very famous publishing house in India. You will know. Even if you go on Parikrama now, if you go on like the Parikrama Park, on the Parikrama Road, you can see they have so many vehicles standing there, different parts of the Parikrama Park. And they sell books at a very low price. They sell the Bhagavad Gita for like 5 rupees, 2 rupees, Bhagavatam for like 50 rupees, 100 rupees, very low price they sell it. Many people, they buy these books. So then Gita Press then published one book about Krishna. And Gurudev read that book. And Gurudev, he said this book is actually very nice. Because previously when Gita Press would publish new books, it would have some Mayava inside there. Because who can speak Anyabhilasha Shunyam? No one can speak except Rupa Goswami and his followers. Only they can speak like this. Oh, pure bhakti is Anyabhilasha Shunyam, Sarvapadi Vinirmuktam, Tatparatyanirmanam, Vishingya Rishikesha Sevanam Bhakti Uchade. Who can speak like this? Only the Bhaktas of Maharaj can speak. So then Gurudev, he did this book, and he was happy. And then Param Gurudev, he happened to be in Mathura. So when Param Gurudev was in Mathura, when Gurudev, he showed this book to Param Gurudev. And he told Param Gurudev, this book is very nice. So maybe you can read this book. And Param Gurudev said no. So I don't want to read this book. And Gurudev said, no, Guru Maharaj, you read this book. Seems it's nice, I read the book. So Param Gurudev said, all right. Out of that book, any page you like, you read. And Gurudev was thinking what to do. And Param Gurudev, he just opened the book. Give me that book. He opened it. And he just opened one random page. Just some random page, he opened it. And he gave to Gurudev. He read this page. Param Gurudev not have written the book, read the book. So just like some page, he just opened, he said, read what is that. So then Gurudev, he started reading very loudly. In that page, the author, he had written, Oh Krishna, when will I see you standing underneath the tree on the banks of the Yamuna? And when will I see you playing on the flute? Because when I see you playing on the flute on the banks of the Yamuna, I will become so happy. So then when Param Gurudev heard Gurudev speak, he said, just see what his desire is. He wants to be happy by seeing Krishna on the banks of the Yamuna playing the flute. He wants to be happy. But does he want Krishna to be happy? This we not accept. So Gurudev was like, no, he was also told that. Because once Gurudev was in ISKCON Jew, when this ISKCON court case was going on, when Swami Maharaj's son filed a court case against ISKCON, and all the ISKCON leaders, they approached Gurudev saying, kindly help us. Because Gurudev, he was personally present for Swami Maharaj's sannyas ceremony. He officiated this ceremony. So Gurudev used to go back and forth between Mathura and Mumbai. So when he was staying in that ISKCON Jew home, Mumbai, he used to personally give classes to all the ISKCON brahmacharis. There are even some recordings also. Very old recordings from 1988, 1989. In one recording I heard this, and he said, like the day before, or 2-3 days before, I was doing parikrama. There I met one sannyasi. So this sannyasi, he is disciple of Radha Govind Maharaj. So he told me that I know Madhav Maharaj, I know like all the devotees and disciples of Gurudev. So then I said, how? Because he said, I was in ISKCON Juhu since the late 80s. And he said, like Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj used to come there to Juhu. And he used to speak Harikatha to all the brahmacharis. And I was one of them, he said. I was personally there listening to him speak, he said. He said, I've had darshan of a Guru Maharaj many times there in Mumbai. He said, that time Madhav Maharaj had not even taken sannyas. His name was Naveen Prabhu. Tirth Maharaj was Shubhananda. He was Saint Prabhuji also. He said many of them come and go there. Because there Gurudev, he was admitted in this Hinduja hospital. He was undergoing a heart operation there. So sometimes he used to come and visit ISKCON Jew. So see, since then, Gurudev had been going. So in one of those classes he spoke. So this is like Sosuk Aishwarya. Sosuk Aishwarya means by seeing Bhagwan, I want to be happy. Now that Bhagwan will be happy. So this is not good. This is the difference. Sadharani Rati of Kupcha is what? Kupcha, she wants to, what does she want to do? She wants to enjoy Krishna and make herself happy. So this is called Sadharani Rati. Very general form of love. But Samartha Rati means what? The gopis, they only want to please Krishna, not even their own service. Atmendriya Priti Vancha Tare Boli Kam. Krishnendriya Priti Vancha Dhare Prem Nam. To please one's own senses is lust. But to please Krishna's senses is prem. So therefore, here, this is in this way, the Jnani Bhakta, he sees no need to serve his Bhagavan, his Ishtadev in the first place. So then, Prahlad, he was in that category. But still here, you must make sure that you don't commit any offenses to these devotees. Not that, oh, Prahlad is a Jnani Bhakta, I don't wish to follow in his footsteps. Don't think like this. This is only being judged from a very neutral perspective, especially from the light of the glories of the gopis. Because if you see all these different devotees and you place the gopis on one side, then obviously the gopis' bhakti is far more greater. But still their bhakti is also very great. You must not minimize their level. This is very bad. You must not minimize. So Prahlad is a Jnani Bhakta. And then there's the Shuddha Bhakta, which is Ambarish Maharaj. So if you see Ambarish Maharaj is actually a sadhak. He's not even a siddha. But Prahlad is a siddha. No. Prahlad is a perfect devotee. He's a siddha. But Ambarish Maharaj is a sadhak. He is not even like from one form he has not even achieved perfection like how Prahlad has. But still Ambarish Maharaj is greater than Prahlad. If you see. Ambarish Maharaj is Shuddha Bhakta. Why? Because Ambarish Maharaj, he engaged everything in the service of Krishna. And he especially took shelter of Brajamandal Dham. Ambarish Maharaj, he had his kingdom in Madhya Pradesh. So he would come from Madhya Pradesh to Brajamandal Dham. He would do parikrama of Vrindavan, he would do parikrama of Nandagaon, Barsana. He would stay there in Mathura and Madhuvan where he was following Ekadashi. So one may say, how is this possible? Because Ambarish Maharaj is like, he is even the ancestor of Ramchandra. Ramchandra was his descendant. And Ramchandra appeared in Treta Yuga and Krishna appeared in Dwapara Yuga. So how is it possible that Ambarish Maharaj was doing like parikrama of Vrindavan even before Krishna appeared? This question arises now. So here you must see that all these leelas are taking place in a cycle. Sattva, Treta, Dwapara. Sattva, Treta, Dwapara. What is one Chaturyuga? One Chaturyuga is 1,000 cycles of Satya, Treta, Dwapar and Kali. So therefore, all the pastimes of Krishna had already taken place before. And these kings come after. And then they had darshan of this Leela story of Krishna. Why? Because we see even in the Ramayana also, once Sita, she asked Ram, oh, I want to see your form as Krishna. I've heard that your form as Krishna is so beautiful. So then one may think, how is this possible? Ram came before Krishna and Sita is asking Ram that, oh, I want to see your form as Krishna. How is this possible? This is possible. Because it's a cyclic order. No, in this way. So therefore, Ambarish Maharaj, he took shelter of Vrindavan Dham. So he's greater than even Prahlad. With his own hands he will serve. No, he would cook for Krishna. He would walk, he would do parikrama, padasevam, he would do archan, vandam, dasam, sakyam, all the 9 limbs of devotion he would do himself. Therefore he is the Shuddha Bhakta, Ambarish. Like once they asked Gurudev this question, who is greater? Bali Maharaj or Ambarish Maharaj? Who is greater? So then Gurudev in one way he was saying like, Ambarish Maharaj is even greater than Bali Maharaj. Why? Only because of one reason. He had taken shelter of Brajamandal Dham. This Brajamandal Dham has such wonderful glories. You see, it is the topmost of all of Bhagavan's abodes. Only for this one reason. Gurudev was saying that your Nishtha to stay in the Dham should be as great, should be as strong as your Nishtha to do Bhajan. Now, what is the meaning of Nishtha? Nishtha means do or die. I will do or I will die. This is Nishtha. Haridas Thakur already said, Khanda Khanda Chadi Hoy Pran, Tabuto Nami Chadibo Harinam. Amo Chadibo Na Harinam. He said, even if you cut my body into millions of pieces, still I will not stop chanting Harinam. This is Nishtha. So one must have such Nishtha in his Krishna Bhakti. At the same time, one must have the same Nishtha in residing in the Dham, in Vrindavan Dham. That kind of Nishtha he must have. That no matter what, I will stay in the Dham. No matter how hot it gets, how cold it gets, no matter how many problems my body is giving me, no matter how much I'll have to suffer, still I will stay in the Dham. That same Nishtha he must have, that Ruchi he must have to stay in the Dham. No. Because just by staying in the Dham, automatically you will have Ruchi for everything else. For chanting Harinam, for your seva, for everything like that. Because here this place is saturated with Bhakti. This place is saturated, completely saturated. Vrindavan is Rasmai Bhumi. It's the Peterstan of Ras. Wherever you go, this place is filled with Ras. So therefore, only because of his ruchi to stay in the Dham, Ambarish is considered greater than even Prahlad and greater than even Bali. If you see, Prahlad and Bali directly had the darshan of Krishna. No, Prahlad had darshan Nrsimhadev, Bali Maharaj had darshan of Vamandev. Has it been said anywhere that Ambarish had darshan of Bhagavan? It has not been said. It has only been said that he worshipped the deity form of Krishna. This has been said, that while he was staying in Madhuvan, Mathura, he worshipped the deity form of Krishna. But still he is greater than that. Why? He took shelter of Rajnam. For this reason. So he is a Shuddha Bhakta. And then, greater than Ambarish Maharaj, Shuddha Bhakta comes the Premi Bhakta. And who is that? Hanuman himself. Because Hanuman, what would he do? He personally carried Ram and Lakshman on his shoulders. He personally rendered so many wonderful services to Ram that no one else could even think of. Once Ravan's brother Mahiravan, he came and he kidnapped Ram and Lakshman. Like once Ram and Lakshman were resting, and Hanuman, he formed a big parakota, a fence around Ram and Lakshman by his tail. He formed like a big fence. He made sure no one could enter through that tail, not even a mosquito. But then Vibhishan, he warned Hanuman. He said, be careful. Ravan has many friends. They are great Mayavis. Means they are black magic. So anyhow they'll try to steal Rama. You must be very careful. Hanuman said, no, I'll protect them. Then Mahiravan, the younger brother of Ravan, he took the form of Vibhishan and he came to Hanuman. He said, oh Hanuman, let me have darshan of Ram and Lakshman. Hanuman said, they're resting. He said, no, I want to speak something very important. And this Mahiravan, he entered inside that cave. And what did he do? He took Ram and Lakshman and he entered inside Patal Loka, inside the netherworld. And then the real Vibhishan came and then Hanuman said, Vibhishan, what are you doing here? I just saw you enter inside my outside. He said, what are you saying? I never went inside in the first place. I just came now. And Hanuman said, alas, what have I done? Then he saw Ram and Lakshman were not there inside. So who had gone inside? It's Mahiravan. So then Hanuman, what did he do? He went inside Patal Loka. There he fought with his own son, his Makaradhwaja. Because when Hanuman was jumping across the ocean, one drop of his sweat fell inside the ocean and was swallowed by an alligator. And the alligator gave birth to his son. So in this way, he fought his own son, and then what did he do? Mahiravan was about to offer Ram and Lakshman in sacrifice to Durga Devi. And immediately Hanuman went there, fought with Mahiravan, killed him, took Ram and Lakshman on his shoulders, and he came back to Lanka. Who can do such kind of services except for Hanuman himself? Hanuman is such a high class of devotee. Premi Bhakta means. But still, greater than Hanuman is who? Are the Pandavas, the Prema Par Bhaktas. Why? Because Krishna himself, he ordered Hanuman to serve the Pandavas. He ordered him to serve him. How? We heard that Leela, no? Like once, Arjuna, he came across Hanuman. And Arjuna, he told Hanuman, oh, you're the same person. Ram could not even build a bridge across the ocean. He had to take help of so many monkeys to build a bridge across the ocean. Ram could not do this. If I was there, I would have built a bridge across the ocean by my arrows. I would just use my arrows and build the bridge across. But Ram had to take shelter of so many monkeys. Then Hanuman became very angry. What is this Arjuna saying? And Hanuman told Arjuna, okay, can you build a bridge right now across this river by your arrows? He said, yes. Okay, let's build it, he said. Let me see, I'll break that bridge. And Arjuna said, never, you'll never be able to break that bridge. So then, Arjuna, he took his Gandiv. And then he shot like unlimited arrows across the river, one after another, one after another, one after another. And what did Hanuman do? Hanuman, he assumed a huge, gigantic size of a mountain. And then he took so many stones, he took so many other mountains, and he tied each and one of them to every strand of hair. Like we have so many hairs on our arms. And he tied like so many mountains, everything on each part of his head. So now he had the entire weight of the universe on him. So then Arjuna, he started thinking, oh, what have I done? Now he might break the bridge. Then Hanuman, as he placed one step on the bridge started shaking. And Arjuna, he started praying to Krishna, Prabhu, I'm your Bhakta. If this bridge breaks, then this is very bad for you. They will insult me, they will insult you especially. And Hanuman, as he placed one foot, he was thinking, what is this? The bridge should have broken by now. And still it is not breaking. Then gradually he put another step. Then he put both his feet on the bridge. Still it was not breaking. And he was thinking, then he started praying to Ram, Prabhu, kindly help me, protect your seva. And Arjuna was praying to Krishna, protect your seva. So then Hanuman, he saw some blood flowing underneath the bridge. And Hanuman said, what is this? I'm seeing blood. Then he looked beneath the bridge. There he saw his Prabhu Ram holding the bridge. And then Arjuna, he looked beneath the bridge. There he saw Krishna holding the bridge. And Arjuna said, Prabhu, what are you doing? And Krishna said, for your sake, I'll have to bear even Hanuman's weight on my shoulders because you made the promise. And Hanuman looked at his Prabhu and he said, Prabhu, what are you doing? He said, Hanuman, I am that same Ram. But now in Dwapar, I have appeared as Krishna. And in Dwapar, especially Arjuna, he is fighting for Dharma against the Kauravas who are totally following Adharma. So I have to take his side. So then Hanuman realized that that same Ram has appeared as Krishna. So then he said, Prabhu, forgive me for what I have done. Now what should I do? Then his Prabhu told him, when this Mahabharata war is going to take place, you should be present on the chariot of Krishna, on the chariot of Arjuna, on his flag. So therefore, when Arjuna was fighting in the Mahabharata war, you could see this picture of Hanuman on his flag. Hanuman carrying this Sanjeevani mountain on his hand. So whenever like Karna or Bhishma or Drona would shoot arrows, then what would Hanuman do? By his weight, he would push the chariot down. By his weight, push it down. And these arrows would miss Arjuna. Like only this much. Only this much they would miss Arjuna. Because Arjuna was personally protected by Krishna. So many ways Arjuna was protected. Like once, Duryodhan, he told Bhishma. Bhishma, every day he was killing 10,000 soldiers of the Pandavas. Because Pandavas, they had 7 Akshavinis. And the Kauravas had 11 Akshavinis. 1 Akshavini means millions of soldiers. So they had like 11 million soldiers and the Pandavas had 7 million soldiers. So this way, every day Bhishma was killing like thousands and thousands of soldiers. Because Bhishma was like the greatest warrior the world had ever seen. Who was a greater warrior than Bhishma himself? Why was he a warrior? The greatest of all warriors. Because he had concentrated his Shakti. His Brahma Shakti was within him. He did not lose his Shakti. That's why he was the greatest of all warriors. A man becomes very powerful when he doesn't lose his vital energy. He was very powerful. So they say Bhishma, very powerful warrior. So every day he was killing so many thousands of people. But still, nothing was happening to the Pandavas. So then Duryodhan, he came to Bhishma and he said, you're a great cheater, he said. And Bhishma told Duryodhan, what are you saying? I am a great cheater. Then he said, you're killing so many of the soldiers, but why are you not killing any of the Pandavas? He said, you only like the Pandavas, you don't like me, he said. Then Bhishma said, all right, tomorrow you bring your wife. The wife of Duryodhana, she was called Anumati. He said, tomorrow you bring your wife, I will bless her. Akhanda Saubhagyavati Bhavo. Akhanda Saubhagyavati Bhavo means, may your husband have a long life. I will bless your wife. So they said Bhishma was actually, what was he saying? May your husband have a long life means what? May your husband be victorious in his Kurukshetra Bhakti. I will bless you. I will bless your wife that you will be victorious. So Duryodhana became very happy. And he immediately told his wife, today night, tomorrow we'll have to go see Bhishma Pitama. He's going to bless you, so be ready. So that day in the night, it started raining so much. Raining. So then, Duryodhana's wife, Anumati, she said, maybe we should not go during this time. It's raining so much. So if we go now, maybe it's not so auspicious. So then Krishna immediately he told Draupadi, you go see Bhishma immediately now. But Draupadi said it's raining so much. Krishna said, don't worry, you go, nothing will happen. So then anyhow, Draupadi, she came to Bhishma's camp and she covered herself with a cloth. So then Bhishma, he looked at her and he said, Akhanda Saubhagyavati Bhava. May your husband have a long life. So then Draupadi, she started like smiling behind the veil. Then Bhishma, he looked at her, who are you? He said, you are not Duryodhana's wife. Then she removed her veil. Then he said, oh, yeah, Draupadi. He said. And he said, oh, surely if you are here, that person who has given you the idea, he is also here. There is Krishna. And Krishna was right behind outside. He said, he called it. Then Bhishma said, Prabhu, you are very tricky, he said. So this way Arjuna was always protected in so many ways. Like once, when the Pandavas were in the forest for 12 years, that time Duryodhana, what would he do? He came with all the Kauravas and he started like enjoying in the forest, purposely, in front of the Pandavas. Saying, oh, all you Pandavas have lost everything, gambling, see how we are enjoying. So he was nicely drinking alcohol, he was having so many women dance in front of him, so many things. So there were some Gandharvas, some very celestial, who are Gandharvas, they're like residing in heaven. So some Gandharvas were passing and Duryodhana, he saw one lady Gandharva. So Duryodhana, he became very lusty seeing her. So he wanted to catch her. And then all the other Gandharvas, what did they do? They caught hold of Duryodhana and they bound him up. He said, now we'll punish you nicely. So then Duryodhana started crying out for help. Save me, protect me, protect me. Even Karna could not do anything because the Gandharvas defeated even Karna. So then Yudhishthira, he told his brothers, go protect him, go protect Duryodhana. Bhim said, never. What I was supposed to do, they are doing. Why should I go? Duryodhana is on big. I don't want to see his face. Bhim said, I will not listen to you. He just walked out. Then Yudhishthira looked at Arjuna. He said, Arjuna, listen. Although there are 100 Kauravas and we are 5 Pandavas, but still, if there's another enemy, we are 105 brothers. We're always one. So then Arjuna, listening to his brother, he went and he fought with all the Gandharvas. He chased them away and he freed Duryodhana. Now Duryodhana, he was very ashamed. He's thinking, just see now, why am I even living in this world? That same person who I hate so much has saved my life. So then Duryodhana, he said, all right, I'm obliged to you. So then, during the Mahabharata, Duryodhana again went complaining to Bhishma. Why are you not killing the Pandavas? No, you're very partial, this, that. Because Duryodhana is like a crybaby. What is that? Crying baby. Crybaby. It's always crying. It's crying, always. So Bhishma said, all right, I have 5 arrows for the 5 Pandavas. You see, I have 5 arrows. You see. One for Arjun, one for Yudhishthira, one for Bhim, one for Nakul, one for Sahdev. Tomorrow I will use all these 5 arrows and kill all the 5 Pandavas, he said, using these 5 arrows. Are you happy? Duryodhana said, I'm very happy. But then again Duryodhana, what did he do? He said, I don't trust you, he said. You give me those 5 arrows and tomorrow when again war will begin, I'll give you those 5 arrows and you can use them to kill the Pandavas. Bhishma said, you don't believe me? Then Duryodhana said, no, you just give it to me. I'll keep it with me. So then Bhishma said, all right, here, take these 5 arrows and give it to Duryodhana. Duryodhana very happily went back to his camp. So then again Krishna, who's like Chatur Shiromani, Krishna is the crusher of all learned people. So Krishna again he told Arjuna, Arjuna, go. Do you remember that day? You protected Duryodhana from all the Gandharvas. Arjuna said, yes. Now go and ask for a benediction from Duryodhana. And Arjuna said, Prabhu, how can I ask him for a favor? You go and you ask him. You go and you tell him that those 5 arrows that you have taken from Bhishma, give them to me. Arjuna said, how can I do it? Go and do it. So then Arjuna, he went to Duryodhana's camp. So then Duryodhana, he looked at Arjuna. They will not even look at each other in the eyes. So then Arjuna, he told Duryodhana, you remember that day when you were crying like a baby and I protected you from all the Gandharvas? Duryodhana, he was like, from inside, he was like burning so much. He said, yes, I remember. He said, now I have a favor. Because you're obliged to me. That day you promised you will give me a favor. So Duryodhana, he looked at Arjuna, he said, what do you want? He said, I want those 5 arrows. Give it to me. He said, Duryodhana, I can't give you the 5 arrows. So the next day, Bhishma, he asked Duryodhana, where are the 5 arrows? Duryodhana said, Prabhu, what can I do? Arjuna took them away. So you see, Duryodhana was trying in so many ways to have the Pandavas killed. But nothing could happen to the Pandavas. Nothing. No. Even when this Jayadratha was performing so many austerities to kill the Pandavas. Why? Because when Jayadratha tried taking Draupadi away, then what did Arjuna do? Arjuna and Bhim, they beat him to a pulp, beat him very badly, and they shaved half his head. For Kshatriya, if you shave half his head and half your moustache, it is worse than death for Kshatriya. Now it's a nice style to have half your head shaved. Now if you're shaving half your head and half your moustache, it's like style. I remember during the World Cup, 2002 World Cup, one footballer, he shaved half his head like this. And in India, everyone started shaving their head like this, half. So useless people, right? And they're saying it's style. But I think it's a great insult actually. We shave their head like this half. So then they shaved Jayadratha's head half, became very angry. So I want to kill all the Pandavas. So then he started praying to Lord Shiva. So then he said, I want to kill all the Pandavas. Lord Shiva said, never. You can never kill any of the Pandavas. But he said, you can defeat them for one day of the Mahabharata, but you cannot defeat Arjuna, he said. Because Krishna is always by the side of Arjuna. But you can defeat all the other Pandavas. But you cannot kill them, but for one day you can defeat them. Then Jayadratha said, all right. So the day that Abhimanyu entered inside the Chakravyuha, at that time what happened? Bhim, Nakul, Sahadev and Yudhishthir, they went behind Abhimanyu to protect him. But that day, Jayadratha, he had this benediction from Lord Shiva that he could defeat all the 4 Pandavas. So that day, Jayadratha single-handedly defeated Bhim, Yudhishthir, Nakul, Sahadev because of Lord Shiva's blessing. And Arjuna was not there. Because Karna or some other warrior, he had taken Arjuna away from there. So Arjuna was busy fighting with him. So then Abhimanyu entered inside, he could not come out of the Chakravyuha. And then Abhimanyu was killed. So then we know that Arjuna was so devastated, he made this promise that next day, if before sunset, I cannot kill Jayadratha because Jayadratha is responsible for my son's death. I'll give up my life, I'll enter inside the fire. Arjuna made that promise. So the next day, what happened? All the Kauravas, they formed a fence, they formed a circle around Jayadratha. Because they knew once they defeat Arjuna, then the war is finished. So then that day Arjuna started fighting went full on against the Kauravas, but still he could not do anything. Because Dronacharya, Karna, Ashwatthama, Dushasan, Duryodhana, they were all protecting him from all sides. So then Arjuna, he told Krishna, now I'll have to enter inside the fire because the sun is setting. So then what did Krishna do? He covered the sun with the Sudarshan Chakra. And then all the Kauravas, they started clapping their hands. Oh, now Arjuna should enter inside the fire, should enter inside the fire. So then what happened? Then as Arjuna prepared a big fire to enter inside, then Krishna, he took his Sudarshan Chakra away from there. He said, the sun has not set still. Release your arrow. In Jayadratha there, he was like a sitting duck. No, there the Kauravas had left Jayadratha out in the open. Then immediately Arjuna shot his arrow and his head fell in the hands of his father and Jayadratha died. So in this way you see how Krishna is protecting the Pandavas. At all times he is protecting. Sometimes it is said that Krishna, he is lying on one side of the bed and Arjuna is lying on the other side of the bed. And Arjuna's legs are being massaged by Draupadi and Subhadra, and Krishna's legs are being massaged by Rukmini and Satyabhama. And you see that both of them are lying together on the same bed in this way. So Krishna and Arjuna have such intimacy. Therefore they are called the Prema Par Bhaktas. But still, why does Krishna like Arjuna so much? What is the reason? What is the reason? Why does he like Bhim so much? What is the reason? Like there's one history in the Mahabharata where Karna, he released his one of his greatest weapons, I think the Brahmastra. So Karna, the Brahmastra has the power of 1,000 nuclear bombs. You can imagine. One nuclear bomb can destroy the entire world. But the Brahmastra is such that it has the power of 1,000 nuclear bombs. And although it has the power of 1,000 nuclear bombs, it is so accurate that if you release that Brahmastra, it will only go towards that person who it is intended for. It will only kill that person and it will go away. So see how it is. Nuclear bomb is such a thing that it will kill millions of people. But this Brahmastra will only kill that person it is intended for. And then it will not touch anyone else. So that time Karna, he releases Brahmastra on the Pandavas. So then Krishna, he told all the Pandavas, when Karna is going to release his weapon, all of you, you show your back to the Brahmastra. And it cannot do anything to you. So then even Arjuna showed his back. Arjuna never shows his back. Even Arjuna showed his back to the Brahmastra of Karna. So then Krishna, he told Bhim, Bhim, you show your back. No. Bhim said, never. He said, I am a true Kshatriya. He said, I will never show my back. He said, even if it is death itself, he said, I will never show my back. He said, Arjuna is a coward, he said. Arjuna is a coward, that's why he showed his back to Karna. I will never show my back. I am facing, he said. Let the Brahmastra come for me. Then Krishna himself went and embraced Bhim. No, Krishna himself went and protected Bhim from the Brahmastra. There is how much love he has for the Pandavas. No? Like one day, Bhim, he was fighting in the Mahabharata war, like so ferociously. Like the day he killed Jayadratha, what did he do? He fulfilled his promise. He said, I will kill Jayadratha, and what will I do? With the blood of his body, I will bathe Draupadi's hair. This promise Bhim had made. So that day, Bhim, he started killing all the soldiers in Kauravas, killed Jayadratha, everyone. Then Bhim, he looked at everyone there in the Mahabharata war. He said, is there anyone who will come and fight with me? He said, I'm calling out both, he said, not just the Kauravas and the Pandavas. Is there anyone who will come and fight with me? He said, who has the courage to fight with me? Then Arjuna became very angry. He said, Krishna, what is he saying? When you are here, how can he challenge anyone to come and fight with him? So then Arjuna, he put his Gandhi down. He said, I'll go fight with Bhim. I'll teach him a lesson, he said. Then Krishna said, don't go there. Now Narasimhadev is entered inside Bhim. Today even I cannot fight with him, he said. He'll defeat me also if I go there. So don't go. Let him vent his anger out as much as he wants. Let him do whatever he wants. You just sit here and just watch, he said. So in Bhim, he went on a rampage then. Whoever he could find his hands on, Haribol. Haribol, 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 everyone, Haribol, Haribol, Haribol. He was sending everyone back home, back to Gauri. You say Krishna is favoring the Pandavas so much. Why? Why is he favoring the Pandavas? Why do the Pandavas like Draupadi so much? And why does Draupadi like the Pandavas so much? Even now you see people are saying so many things. They're saying, oh, Draupadi, she had 5 husbands. What is this? This is so bad, a lady having 5 husbands. And the Pandavas, they had like this one wife among them. What is this? But why did Draupadi like the Pandavas so much? Because they were such one-pointed devotees of Krishna. Like we heard in the class yesterday, no? The Pandavas, what were they asking for? They said, we want all these calamities to happen to us again and again, they said. They lost their own sons in the battle of Kurukshetra. Pandavas had little children. Because Draupadi, from each of the Pandavas, she had one son. And then what did Ashwatthama do? On the last day of the Mahabharata war, when Duryodhana was lying on the bank of a river, on the bank of a pond, he looked at Ashwatthama. And what did he do? He took some blood from his body and he put tilak on Ashwatthama. And he said, now you are the commander-in-chief of the Kaurava army. Because everyone is dead now. Even Karna is dead. Dronacharya is dead. Everyone is dead. Now you go and fight with the Pandavas. So then Ashwatthama, what did he do? When the Pandavas, he entered inside the Pandavas camp. And when the Pandavas' children were sleeping, he went and he strangled them to death. He strangled them to death and he killed them. So then he went and told Bhim. He went and told Duryodhana, oh, I killed all the Pandavas. Duryodhana said, you killed them? Yes. And Duryodhana became so happy. He said, yes, now I'm avenged. Then he said, now you bring me the head of Bhim. He said, I want to see the head of Bhim. Because Bhim and Duryodhana were like this. They hated each other. So then he said, bring me the head of Bhim. So then Ashwatthama, he went and he brought the head of Bhim's son. So then Duryodhana, he held Bhim's head in his hands. He said, oh Bhim, at least now I can crush your head. Very easily he crushed Bhim's head. And Duryodhana, he looked at Ashwatthama. He said, what have you done? This is not Bhim's head. He said, Bhim's head is like a thunderbolt. Even I cannot crush his head, but now I have crushed his head so easily. Tell me the truth, what have you done? And Ashwatthama said, actually these are the sons of the Pandavas. I killed their sons and I gave their heads to you. And Duryodhana said, what have you done? Such a disgraceful thing you have done. Their sons are so innocent and you killed them and you gave me their heads. Even Duryodhana's heart melted. He said, Ashwatthama, now everyone is dead in our dynasty. In our dynasty, no one is left, and in their dynasty, no one is left. In spite of losing their sons, the Pandavas, what are they telling Krishna? They are saying, we want to experience those things again and again and again, they are saying. Why? Because even during those times of distress, you are always there by our side. You never left us. But if we are happy, then you will leave us, you will go back to Dwarika. So we want to always have you with our side here in Hastinapur. This is why the Pandavas are so dear to Krishna. Now they're setting an example for us. Because normally, in this world, you see, if something happens to any person, the first person he will blame is God. He'll say, God is so cruel. Krishna is so cruel. I'm chanting his name so many times, I'm listening to his Harikatha, I'm serving him. But still I had a little son and he died. And what does the person do? He takes one deity of Gopal that he used to worship. He goes to the ocean and he offers the deity inside the ocean. He says, I don't care for this deity anymore. Small son I had and he died. Lost all my wealth. Why should I worship him? But the Pandavas, did they ever behave like this? Never. They never gave up hope in Krishna. That is why they like Draupadi so much, because Draupadi is India's Sakhi of Krishna. And Draupadi likes the Pandavas so much because the Pandavas are great devotees of Krishna. This is how Grihastha life is. No, husband doesn't like his wife because the wife is like an object of his own enjoyment. No, not that the husband is enjoying his wife so much, that's why he likes her. No, husband likes wife because she is a maidservant of Krishna. That is why he likes her. That is why he likes her. He thinks of her as helping him in his devotional service. And the wife, she thinks the same way of her husband. Not that she is enjoying with him nicely. No. And then, no, he is a servant of Krishna. No. Grihastha life means not that one can have a body relationship whenever one wants. This is not ideal Grihastha life. Ideal Grihastha life means at a certain time of a month, man and woman, they unite. For which reason? Only to produce children. This is ideal Grihastha life. Therefore, if you see in one way, Grihastha is actually, an ideal Grihastha is even more renounced than a sannyasi. In one way, if you see, ideal Grihastha, even more renounced. A Grihastha is only with his wife and who only associates with her at certain times is called a Grihastha Brahmachari. He is also a Brahmachari who doesn't enjoy his wife, rather who respects her as a devotee of Krishna. So the Pandavas were like that, ideal Grihasthas. Therefore they are called Prema Par Bhaktas. But still, who is Uddhav? Uddhav is the Prema Tur Bhakta. He is even more intimate to Krishna than even the Pandavas. Because Krishna, what did he tell Uddhav? He told Uddhav, Uddhav, you are so dear to me that even Sankarshan, my brother, Balaram is not dear to me as dear as you are. Even Shiva, who is like my own self, Hari Hari Ekatma, even he is not dear to me as much as you are. Even Lakshmi, who is always residing on my chest, she is not dear to me as you are. Even Brahma, my own son, normally one's son is very dear to me. Even my own son is not dear to me as you are, Krishna told Uddhav. Did he tell this to any of the Pandavas? Did he tell this to Arjuna? Bhima, Yudhishthira? Nakul Sahadev? Never. He only told this to Uddhav. And if you see, whom did he send to pacify the Vrajavasis? Did Krishna send Yudhishthira? He sent Uddhav there. Uddhav, you go and pacify the Vrajavasis. He didn't send any of the Pandavas. Because he knew Uddhav, he could understand the moods of the gopis. Therefore, there are three categories of Haridasas. Yudhishthira, he is Haridas. Uddhav, he is Haridas Var. And Giriraj, he is Haridas Varya. So three categories, three gradations here. So for these reasons, Uddhav is called Prematur Bhakta. Because Uddhav, he knew that these gopis of Braj, they are the greatest devotees of Krishna. There is no comparison whatsoever in this world to the love that the gopis have for Krishna. It's for this reason that it's called the Prematur Bhakta. And then after all these gradations finish, then there is the gopis themselves. There are the gopis themselves. They are not bhaktas. They are actually the associates of Krishna. So this way in the Brihad Bhagavatam, Sanatana Goswami has given all these gradations. And these gradations culminate in the glories of who? They culminate in the glories of the gopis. And especially which gopi? Srimati Radhika herself. And who is she? She is Mahabhav Swarupini herself. She gives this Prema Bhakti in hearts of everyone. So now in this Raya Ramananda Samvad, here Raya Ramananda Prabhu is going to start beginning. He is going to begin speaking on this Prema Bhakti. Of who? Of Radharani herself. This first stage. Because first there's Prem, and then there is Sneha, Man, Pranay, Rag, Anurag, Bhav, Mahabhav, Rud, Adirud, Modar, Madhav. So here is beginning. So therefore, when we are going into Raya Ramananda Samvad, we should go in as deep as we can. There are so many jewels there. In the ocean there are many jewels, but they're very deep. They're not on the surface of the water. They go very deep. Similarly, in Krishna Bhakti and Krishna consciousness also, you'll have to go very deep. More and more deep. And how can you do this? If you normally Gurudev would say that this world is a place of instruction, not a place of enjoyment. He said, don't think of this world as a place of enjoyment. Rather only think of this world as a place of instruction. Think of everything in this world as helping you in learning something. Like the trees, what do you learn from the trees? The trees are so tolerant. Even if you cut the tree down, it will not ask for water, it will give its own self. No? Like there's one story that Gurudev says that once one king, he was resting underneath one tree. No, he was sleeping. So then, one boy, he was throwing some stones at the tree because he wanted some fruits. So his boy was throwing some stones. So then when this boy threw one stone, the stone hit the king on his head. He started bleeding so much. So then the general, he saw what happened. He got hold of the boy, pulled him there, dragged him to the king. This is the rascal. This is the rascal who hit you with the head with the stone. You give me the order now, I'll cut his hand off. The same hand with which he threw the stone on you, I'll cut that hand off. And the king said, what are you saying? If he is throwing stones at the tree, and the tree is giving him fruits, am I any less than the tree? He said, give half my kingdom away to this boy. The king told the general. So the general said, what are you saying? Because of him you're bleeding so much from your head. King said, no, I'm not less than the tree in any way. If the tree is giving so many things, why can't I? So give my kingdom away. So you see so many things you can learn from all the things of this world. If you look at the sun, what does the sun do? The sun evaporates all the water of this world but still remains pure. What does the moon do? By its rays, the moon cools everyone. What does earth do? You see, people are doing so many nasty things on earth. Even recently, I read that one country is like digging 10 kilometers inside the earth's surface. 10,000 meters. Can you imagine? Digging 10,000 meters inside the earth's surface is so painful for Mother Earth, Prithvi Devi, but still dominating everything. So from earth we can learn tolerance. So from everything in this world, like Gurudev has given a class on the 24 Siksha Gurus of Dattatreya. Like how the elephant, the snake, so many things we can learn. Why? Only to teach us. This place is a place of enjoyment, not of place of learning, not of enjoyment. No? Like one of the Siksha Gurus of Dattatreya is the elephant. What does the female elephant do? The female elephant attracts the male elephant. And then the male elephant starts following the female elephant. And following, what happens? There's one pit covered with dry leaves. So then the female elephant comes to that pit, the edge of the pit, and moves away. And the male elephant coming, he falls into that pit. A huge pit. And then what do they do? The hunters, they make that elephant starve inside that pit. Because the elephant is a very powerful animal. They make it starve, and becomes very weak. And that same female elephant, which took that male elephant inside the pit, it pulls it out with its trunk. And now it's completely weak, the male elephant cannot do anything. Then what do? They put it inside the cage and they take it away. This way, So many things we can learn. There's so many histories there in 24 sections. Like we see the ocean. The ocean has so many waves coming. So what do we learn from the ocean? That the ocean is always happy from inside. Similarly, the sadhu is always happy from inside. He's never depressed. Even the baby, what can we see from a baby? A baby is like a paramahamsa. Sometimes you see a baby, he's naked. He's passing stool wherever he wants. Passing urine wherever he wants. He's like a paramahamsa. So you can see from him also we can learn so many things. This way we see like, there's one blacksmith. Once a blacksmith, he was making some tools and a marriage party was passing behind him. So then someone asked this blacksmith, someone asked him, did you hear a marriage party going past you, procession? He said, what marriage party? I'm absorbed in my work, he said. So devotee, he's like that. He's so much absorbed in his sadhan bhajan, in his seva, whatever he's doing, that he doesn't care about what's happening in the outside world. Doesn't care a bit. He's only fixed in his seva. Doesn't care about anything else. This way. So this way there's so many things we can learn from this world, more and more. Like the moth. What does the moth do? The moth enters inside the fire. So similarly, for a man, woman is the fire, and for a woman, man is the fire. And they're only thinking about that, they enter inside, they'll be burnt. And when you be burnt, you'll not lose one life, you'll lose so many lifetimes. So many lifetimes you'll lose. This is very serious. Don't take it as a joke. So many lifetimes after lifetimes you will lose them. You might not even get this opportunity to stay in the Dham again. No, therefore, man is good, woman is good. But to enjoy each other together is not good. This is what Swami Maharaj said to one of his disciples. No, man should not minimize the position of a woman. This is also not good. No, like sometimes we see, sometimes like if someone is like very angry at woman, he starts saying so many things, that like this, that like that, or the devil, very angry, like you see sometimes when devotees speak, he gets so angry at them, starts shouting, and all that anger he has in him, he just vents on them, This is also not good, You respect them for who they are, they are God sisters, they are also doing their own thing in their sadhana project, you respect them for who they are. But at the same time, you must also not let your guard down. So this way, so many things we can learn. Like anyhow, there are many other examples given there by Tattatreya in the 24 Siksha Gurus, but we're running out of time now. So only hope to realize these words of Gurudev. And what did Gurudev say? Think of this world as a place of as a place of learning, as a Siksha Kendra, and not as a place of enjoyment. Don't think you can enjoy in this world. Rather think that you can only learn from this world. So we can only hope that we can realize these words that Gurudev has spoken and make our lives successful in this way. So, Shri Rai Ramananda Samvad ki jai, Shri Sachinandan Gaur ki jai, Tadya Parikar Bind ki jai, Pancha Pandav Bind ki jai, Anant Kodivashwa Bind ki jai, Savoy Shri Gaur Bhakti Bind ki jai, Tai Gaur Bind ki jai,